I'm Rocky Butani from Private Lender Lic at the California Mortgage Association Summer Seminar in San Diego. And I'm here with Brock Vandenberg, who's a lender in San Diego, but he lends throughout California. So Brock, thanks for joining us.
Well, Rocky, I appreciate it. You guys, your organization, Private Lender Lic, has been a huge advocate for TaliMar Financial. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. So Brock, you've been a hard money lender in California for a number of years. And you've always had your capital provided by individual trustee investors or fractional or whole. And you recently started the TaliMar Income Fund.
Yep.
So you've formed a mortgage fund. And how has that transition gone?
The transition has been very easy. We've been funding hard money loans since 2008, and our basic platform has been to utilize trusted investors to fund those loans. Since 2008, we've funded a little over $250 million. We work currently with a little over 400 investors. And so late 2020, we recognized that just the sheer number of investors, it became difficult to manage everyone's expectations. A lot of investors were missing out on trustees that we were posting. Others couldn't identify the right trustees that they were looking for. And so we wanted to provide a platform for people to pool their capital, not have to chase trustees every time we released them, and provide more of a consistent cash flow or income platform for them. So instead of jumping in and out of trustees, you can invest in the mortgage fund and just get a consistent return. And I think that's been the biggest benefit. Obviously, there's other benefits. There's some tax advantages because it's structured as a REIT. The other advantages being that we're locally based here in San Diego, and so most of the loans that we're originating are here in San Diego. And being that we're investing in our backyard, we get just a better pulse of kind of where the market is going, types of properties that we're going to be lending upon, and really having a connection with our borrowers. And I think that's been a big success for us, or help us be successful, keeping defaults low, late pays low. So the transition has been great. We look forward to bring those trusted investors into the envelope of the mortgage fund.
And are you getting most of them to transition over to the fund?
Yeah, we're having a lot of conversations. We had a lot of conversations with our with our trusted investors prior to launching the fund, and then continuing to educate them about the benefits of the fund. And so we've seen a large retention of, as loans pay off, a lot of that capital entering the mortgage fund.
And when you formed the mortgage fund, are you funding the same loans that you did with the trustee investors, the fix and flip, a few little construction? You said you do some ground-up construction and the bridge.
The idea is to mirror the existing platform that we have for trusted investors. So if I looked at our current portfolio, we currently service a portfolio a little over 50 million of trusted investors. And so we're looking to just mirror that portfolio of trustees in the mortgage fund. As investor capital comes into the mortgage fund, we'll go ahead and buy more and more of the trustees that we originate. And so, obviously there's some concern from our trusted investors. It's been working for you for the last 14 years. Why do you want to make that change? Well, we feel this is a real value add to the trusted investor. There's so many advantages to the mortgage fund, but it's just a matter of educating the investor and letting them kind of look under the hood and getting comfortable with what the next step or evolution of the company is.
Nice. And then so are you still going to be able to provide some of those trusted investors with opportunities, even if they don't come to the fund? Can you really do both in tandem? Or
so the idea is to transition most of our investors into the mortgage fund. However, there's always going to be loans and trustees that don't fit the parameters of the mortgage fund, and we'll make those available to individual trusted investors.
Okay. And for those who don't know about the parameters of a mortgage fund, it's you have to, when you form the fund, you have to create a private placement memorandum that explains the type of loans that you're going to fund.
Absolutely.
So anything that falls outside of that, then you can tap the trustee investors, and they'll still have an opportunity to fund those loans.
So we have a very strict guidelines in the types of trustees that we can fund. We're really focused on first trustees. We're really focused on the single-family, multifamily marketplace. I mean, we still have an allocation we can put towards commercial properties, but our background is that single-family and single-family, multifamily property. And then the loan types that we see, we work with a lot of fix and flip and investors. A lot of loan turnover pretty quick. We do some ground-up construction, although I don't think that's, if you looked at our existing portfolios, less than 5% of our outstanding balance. But then we have bridge loans, and so loans such as borrower needs to close quickly on a property and can't get conventional financing, with the exit being eventually a refinance, or refinancing an existing hard money loan to maybe get a little better terms. I mean, there's just a number of reasons why our borrowers come to TaliMar Financial, but we're known here in San Diego as the premier hard money lender. And so, a lot of residential real estate mortgage originators, as well as real estate brokers, use us as a platform to get their transactions closed.
Excellent. And so anyways, thanks for sharing all that information. Yeah. Good luck with the growth of the fund.
Well, I appreciate that.
And if any real estate investors need a loan in California, or if any lenders or CMA members specifically have any questions about the transition of trustee investing to a mortgage fund, reach out to Brock, and hopefully he can help you out.
No, Rocky, again, I want to just say Private Lender Link has been a huge advocate for TaliMar Financial. We've been on your site for, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years now. And it's just a great way of telling people who we are. And it's been a great platform. So thank you very much.
Thank you for being part of it.
Yeah.
All right, great to see you.